video you just watched, there are 4 instances in which the subjunctive shows up in English. What was the first one in the video? Were. But it was a case, you used were when. Contrary to fact. Okay? Sound familiar? If I were you, am I you? No. So that's a situation where that's subjunctive because I'm saying something that's absolutely contrary to fact and we know it, but I still need to use that example. I need to have some verb so that I can get into your head and suggest activities or behaviors for you. Second one was what? Wish. We see my little knowledge of French and Spanish tells me this one shows up in those 2 languages a lot. How about Latin?
Not so much. It's in command.
Yeah, it's indirect command.
It's an indirect
It result or a purpose.
If I were a happier person, think about it. If I were a happier person, so it's a wish. It's not impossible. It's a wish. Does that make sense? Now, third one. Commands kind of, how do we differentiate between commands and the imperative verbs?
It's indirect.
It's indirect. Explain that a little bit more.
There's a normally commanding word like I may, you should, or ought, or any, like a lot of those kind of words, like set up clause too.
It's part of the reason why I gave you this second sheet. It gives you a set of other examples. Okay? In the conjunctive formulas now, conjunctive formulations, it says, do this now. Do is the imperative. It's saying, Curtis, do this now. There's no, wait, I said Curtis. And now it's on videotape too. Yeah, it's documented for the whole world to see. Okay. Do this now is an imperative. Okay? However, look at the part of this second example, lest you be harried later. Okay? It has a form of the imperative, but it's altered slightly. It's kind of confusing. Okay? Kind of confusing. What was the 4th example? 4th example?
Conjunctive formulas.
Laws and decrees. Okay, right? Or formal motions and resolutions. That was what it was. Okay? Let it be known. Okay? Be has kind of in these instances, it has a vibrancy to it. Formal motions, or what was the other word? Commands? Is that what it was? Who said it? Resolutions, thank you. Let's come to this one here. Long live the king. Are we telling the king that he must live a long time? Is that an imperative command?
No.
So what's built into this in terms of subtle meaning?
May the king live long.
May the king live long. Okay? Long live the king. May the king live long. But at the point that you take out may, live starts to have a little bit more vibrancy. In fact, if you are performing this in a theatrical production, you might even hang on the word live just a little bit longer. Instead of long live the king, you might say long live the king. And it has a sense of may it happen, it is wishful, it is something that we hope for, and we're actually going to conduct ourselves in such a way to help that happen.
Example A being the Lion King.
Example A being the Lion King. Sure. May you be happy for the rest of your life. What do you think? Subjunctive, not subjunctive?
Definitely
Subjunctive.
Why? Because there's a clue here.
There's an end or command word. May.
May, okay. May you be, okay? What if I said, be still? Command or subjunctive?
Command.
Okay, be still. Don't move. Be still. Command. You especially. Now there's a little I have this cabin in Colorado, and it really is. It's at the top of the world. It's at 10,000 feet. When you look out one window, there are no houses there. It's national park all the way up to 14,000 foot peaks. It's beautiful. And I have a little sign that hangs right there. I think that some of you know the Bible better than I do. It says, "Be still and know that I am." And so there's a lot of different ways you can take this. You can take this religiously, you can take this spiritually, but it's this idea that if you'll be still, a certain greater sense of things will come over you. Okay? Is this possibly the subjunctive? Think about it and talk about it. Go.
First one.